I'm Jonnah, an athlete and a farmer, and I'm here to take you on a grassroots exploration of the places and people thriving at the crossroads of food and adventure. So let's get a little wild, keep being curious, and stay hungry for the stories behind every journey. For athletes and outdoor enthusiasts, the Rockies are an endless source of adventure. And stretching east from these majestic mountains is America's Farm Belt. Where you might see a contrast, I came to Colorado to find the connection. I wanted to work alongside a Colorado farmer who's committed to reversing soil degradation and restoring grasslands in the Front Range. Marcus, owner of McCauley Family Farm, is a regenerative organic farmer who uses holistic grazing methods and has seen dramatic improvements in the soil in the 7 years he's been farming on this land.
So when you farm regeneratively, not only do you help your local ecosystem and the global ecosystem, but you're also creating the most healthy, delicious, nutritious food you possibly can. These soil systems they're broken, and you see this crusting, right? This capping here. The water, when it comes down, it's gonna flow right off this land, and we cut these grooves in the ground, and that opens the soil up for water to really penetrate, and then the plants can have an opportunity to get established again. With regenerative agriculture, we can get these lands to be productive again. This is a dry environment. Water is a crucial, scarce resource. We think a lot about how we can utilize water most efficiently. There's lots of ways that regenerative agriculture can lead to more efficient usage of water. Quite an intricate system of ditches and reservoirs now that are up in the mountains that hold the water, and it comes from the snowpack and the reservoirs. So this is our portion of the left-hand ditch. It's been here since the 1850s, late 1850s. I ordered this water yesterday around noon.
Wait, so you have to order water?
Yeah, get online and I put in my order, and if everything is going correctly upstream or up ditch from us, then our water should arrive here around noon the next day.
The history of water access here in the West is complicated, and clearly water is a precious commodity. I felt compelled to find the source of this water, to make the trek into the Rockies to find the glacial reservoir that feeds these Front Range farms. It's fascinating to me that we can go from this flat, dry pasture up to mountain lakes in less than 30 miles on a bike. I decided to pull in Tony Kaprichka, a local boulder athlete who spends a lot of time in the Alpine, and a guy who actually grew up on a farm in northern Nebraska. The cool thing about Tony is that he doesn't limit himself to just one sport. He uses running, climbing, skiing, and cycling to move through the mountains on his human-powered adventures. He seemed like the perfect guide to lead us up to the Alpine water. Hey, Tony, how's it going?
Hey, Jonnah.
Hey, how's your ride?
Good. A little chilly and damp. So, McCauley Farm is where we are, is down here somewhere. Head all the way up left hand, which tracks right along Left Hand Creek, which is the main drainage coming out of the Left Hand Reservoir up in the Alpine, where all the snow melt is collected.
Do you think, are there some pretty steep climbs in there?
Well, yeah, because right now the farm is, I think, probably a little over 5,000 feet. And it looks like the reservoir here is close to, it's about 10.5, 10.7, something like that. So you're looking at a vertical mile. So 30 miles to the reservoir.
Okay.
definitely a very compelling but different type of freedom that comes with cycling, where when I'm running, I feel like you're very limited by your body. It's kind of like you're stuck inside your skeleton, you know, and the muscles and the skeleton can only take so much abuse. Biking, as long as you like keep like water and food going in, it's fine, you know, and you get enough sleep, like you can just go forever.
Yeah, I'm just getting like a lot of ripping in my hamstring.
Oh.
Yeah, like as soon as we started climbing.
Ripping?
Well, just like, well, not ripping,
yeah,
but have you ever strained a muscle?
Yeah.
I've been struggling with injury for the past month and a half. This summer, I was in the best shape of my life for the Leadville 100 and had to drop out of the race at mile 29 after taking a bad fall and hurting my knee. To make matters worse, I jumped into a local race after I thought I'd recovered and strained my hamstring. Leadville was my first attempt at 100 miles, and it was a really huge disappointment not to finish. The Leadville 100 is an iconic race that Tony has won twice, in addition to a long list of ultra-running accomplishments. He really helped me understand that no race or adventure is worth risking further damage.
Well, I made it 15 miles from the farm. And I mean, I was feeling good until we started really climbing. And I felt like I had to be out of the saddle because my hamstring was just like really hurting, like right at the glute. So I don't know, I just don't think I'm gonna make it all the way up to the top, but I definitely want to jump back in at some point. It's just a really big bummer. I'm gonna get back on the bike and go out with you guys. I just want to see this section here.
Okay.
How much do you think we have left to go up?
Probably 4 or 5 miles till we get to the reservoir.
Okay. I think I can do it. Well, I don't think it's that steep going all the way up. I just want to ride it in.
Yeah, this last part looks smoother too.
Okay.
Finish it right.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of like flunked this mission.
Jonnah Redemption Tour in the last section.
So you have snowpack, glacier water, tiny as it is, growing vegetables down on the eastern plains.
So what you're saying is it goes from Isabel Glacier into Lake Isabel, into Left-Hand Reservoir, and then Left-Hand Creek, and then it splits off into the ditches and then makes it to Marcus's farm. That kind of blows my mind. Yeah, that we're all the way up here, and it makes its way all the way down there, just naturally with gravity.
Right.
Looking forward to gravity.
This was a rough adventure for me, but I'm so grateful for the time I got to spend out there with Tony and Jesse. After a long day up in the mountains, we were ready to head back to the farm and refuel with a big dinner at McCauley Family Farm. It's so true that food eaten right at the source tastes better. Marcus smoked pork and chickens from his farm, we cooked up some of his neighbor's vegetables, and topped it off with potatoes from our farm. It was so inspiring to enjoy a farm dinner with a new group of friends who, like me, are committed to eating what's available locally, lifting up communities, and restoring small-scale agriculture. And to think, it was just a few hours ago that we were standing next to the alpine lake that flows into this farm, helping to produce the food on this table.
So it's so nice that you can plant densely, then you can just cut, and then next week you cut more. Did you do that already?
We are 60% water. When I look at this landscape, I can see the water in the soil, in our food, and in myself. Every bite of food we take has a story. That's why I'm so excited to take Eat Local, Run Wild to more regions, to tell the stories of local food systems and the adventure athletes they nourish.